Hello, everyone. My name is Ivan, and I'll be your host today. I would like to welcome you to this webinar on the investment opportunity for one-way hotels. At the same time, thank you for taking the initiative to educate yourself on this amazing opportunity to begin your journey in real estate with us. Whether you're a first-time or seasoned investor, this webinar will provide you with all the details about this project and business model that I can guarantee you not a lot of people are talking about it. This is why we are calling it the unknown real estate investment for under six figures in the United States. Are you looking to get into real estate but don't know how to start? Have you decided to get into real estate but think that the prices in the market are too high? Do you want to get an immediate return on your investment? Or are you simply looking to create financial freedom through passive income? Bottom line, this investment is for you. I'm here to share with you that you can own a piece of real estate in the United States for under six figures, and I'm going to explain to you how regular people from all over the world are creating wealth and financial freedom for themselves with this investment strategy. Yes, from all over the world. Whether you are in the United States or any part of the world, we will guide you through the process. All right, so let's get to it. The business model that I will be sharing with you today is called hotel condo conversion. I want to keep this as simple as possible in order to make sure we answer all of your questions. So a hotel condo conversion is essentially a building that is a condominium, but its functionality is that of a hotel. What does this mean? That means what you are visually seeing is a hotel that contains multiple investors, where each room is owned by an individual investor that is divided by the laws of a condominium. Essentially, each room is a functional unit whose owner possesses a property title. Now, the important piece here is that for the guest, this building is basically a hotel and they see no difference in the property. This allows the guest to have a complete hotel experience while the investor can benefit from a smaller piece of the property and not necessarily having to invest in a complete hotel. So this represents a unique investment opportunity with a proven business model that you can be taken advantage of. Okay, so now that you have a better understanding of this business model, let's take a further look into the inner workings of the condo hotel. It is important to point out that all of the units participate equally in the profits of the hotel. So when acquiring a unit, the location is not relevant. At a high level, the overall process works as follows. The investor purchases one or more units and then grants the use of the units to the management company. At the same time, management is hired to maximize the business side of the hotel. And lastly, the management company distributes profits based on the P&L amongst the investors. Now, to further expand on profit sharing, like any other business, the management company will receive the income generated by the hotel and then cover items such as payroll, operating costs, expenses, and once all that is taken care of, the remaining profits are distributed. Owners are part of a random rent system where units are rented equally, and in the same method, profits are shared equally. Now, some of the additional responsibilities of the management company and part of the operating cost are to take care of taxes, repairs, maintenance, and marketing and promotions. This is the reason why we have incorporated a trustworthy management company with a proven track record. They are there to assist the investment in generating the expected profits, all while the investor can be worry-free of these day-to-day activities. Now, let's talk about some of the benefits you will have as an investor. First and foremost, the investor will have a property title for each unit purchased, giving you the flexibility to resell as you see fit. The unit is also completely furnished and ready to be used, so you will not have the additional task of making sure your unit is ready to go to market. The investor will also have the right to use the unit according to the contract, which is typically 4 weeks out of the year with certain blackout dates. I know the first thing that comes to mind is timeshares, but I want to be clear, this is not a timeshare. This is simply a perk that the developer has decided to add for the investor. The investor will also receive hotel prices. So this simply means that this business model allows a smaller unit to have access to rent rates that would typically require a much larger investment. One of the other great things about this investment is that you will have liberty over your property. While we suggest that the investor includes their unit under the management company to maximize occupancy. If the investor wishes to rent the unit on their own, they can do so as if it was an apartment. Another great advantage of this investment is the elevated rent associated with a hotel in comparison to that of a residential unit, which is almost 3 times the amount. When incorporating the unit under the management company, the investor will not have to worry about any of the complications that comes with renting a unit. The management company will take care of everything, giving the investor peace of mind. Another key point is the combination of tourism and short-term rentals that allow high occupancy rates regardless of the low season, permitting the property to compete against other hotel chains. Lastly, due to rent being short-term, prices can be updated frequently, giving the investor capital protection from any possible devaluation in the market. Now that we have talked about some of the advantages and benefits for the investor, I would like to do a comparison for you between the investment in an apartment versus a condo hotel. Let's address the management of each investment. In apartments, the investor takes on the responsibility or assigns an agent that could be costly. In the condo hotel, the management company has many units to handle, allowing the cost of that management to be low, taking on all the responsibility so the investor can step away from the day-to-day activities. When it comes to the maintenance, apartments are taken care of by the investor, while in the condo hotel, the management company is on call, ready to address anything and at lower cost due to volume and expertise. In reference to the numbers, the projected ROI in apartments, you're looking at 3 to 5%, while in condo hotels, the investor is looking at an estimated 8 to 10%. This is the reason why the investor payback in apartments is much longer than in a condo hotel. The investor is looking at 15 years versus less than 7 in the condo hotel. This is, of course, if the apartment is always rented. With the condo hotel, the random rent system and profit sharings that is utilized allows the investments to always receive a return. Another big difference is the taxes. The investor that has an apartment will have to take care of its own taxes, while in the condo hotel, the management company takes care of that expense. Lastly, the condo hotel will have an internal audit by a third party to keep the investment on track. In the apartment, the investor will have to rely on intuition, and if they do have a professional do an audit, it will be at the investor's cost. So I'm very happy to know that you've gotten to this point. I'm sure you're thinking, okay, so how do we go about doing this investment? Let's talk about the purchase process. Because we are selling units of a condo hotel, under US law, they function as if you were purchasing an apartment. This means that each unit will come with a property title. The investment comes with a lease buyback program of 8% annual for the first 2 years. And after that, the return will be based on what the condo hotel generates, which will be an estimated 8 to 10%, as we have seen in our other developments. You can purchase the unit in your name or under an entity. This will be your decision, and the entity does not have to be a US entity. If you wish to open an entity, we offer that assistance at a cost. If you do take this route, you will work with our legal team to have that established. We can also offer the service of a registered agent to assist in the management of the entity, and the legal team can also establish an operating agreement as needed. Other costs, such as annual reports and tax returns, will be reviewed at the time of your call once you decide to proceed. What is important to know is that you do not have to have the entity ready for the time of purchase. You can proceed with the purchase, and at time of closing, you can specify under who or what the entity the unit will need to be under. The first step is to sign the purchase and sale agreement. We will need to have an account number to where we will be depositing the return on the investment. Now, this account does not have to be in the US, and if you don't have a US account, we can assist in that process as well. The purchase and sale agreement will be signed electronically and will contain all the details of the property. At this point, we will provide wire instructions to the escrow agent, and once that transfer is complete and verified, the developer will send the signed document by both parties to the investor. This will complete the purchase process, and the lease buyback program of 8% annual will begin for 2 years. The time lapse between the purchase and the closing date could be between 3 to 6 months and has an estimated cost of around 3% of the purchase price per unit. But in the case of additional units purchased, the closing cost per unit will be less. The management fee will be 4.5% of the purchase price, and income will be deposited quarterly along with a newsletter and a profit and loss statement. Of course, investors can request that information at any time. Now that you are familiar with the investment, how it works, advantages, and benefits, comparison with other investments, the purchase process, let's talk about some of those common questions that you might be thinking about. What if I'm in a different area or in a different state or even a different country? How can I get this done? One Way, a connected hotel, is a one-stop shop for investors. We offer the complete gamut of services of asset management for this particular investment. The idea here is that you sit back and collect. Now, how do I guarantee that this is not a scam? Connectia is an established company with over 30 years of experience in the business, whose mission is to strive to develop real estate projects that offer high-yielding returns for our investors, an enriching experience that can satisfy our guests, tenants, and users' needs, and have a positive impact in our community. With over 65 million of investments done today, 500 satisfied clients, 1,100 managed units, and 10 projects in process, we are focused on combining creative solutions between the business and the real estate concepts. You can always visit us at www.connectia.com for further information. Now, how do I guarantee that I will get paid? Contractually, there's a 2-year lease buyback program of 8% annually that will be paid quarterly to the investor's designated account, all done by the management company. Now, how soon can I invest in this development? We have now gone to market and there are 123 units available for sale. Available units will vary, so make sure you ask. Is this the right first-time investment? With a lease buyback program of 8% for 2 years, it is a very solid investment. Plus, this is an appreciating asset. We believe this is the ideal investment to begin. Now, what if I need financing? Because this is such a low ticket item for real estate, your typical investor purchases cash. But in the case of needing financing, we work with lending groups that can take a look at your particular situation to assist in financing the deal. Too good to be true? It is true. We identified a simplified creative solution that will allow almost anyone to begin creating wealth through real estate. So who are we looking for to invest? We're looking for the investor that has taken the time to educate themselves on this incredible opportunity. Whether you want to start with one or multiple units, if you are someone that wants to take advantage of a one-stop shop, if you are someone that is looking for stability in your investments, or if you're ready to begin your journey in real estate, this investment is for you. One Way Hotels is our brand with locations in Savannah, Georgia, Brunswick, Georgia, and soon in Kingsland, Georgia, where the 123 units will be available. Complete details on the project will be provided to qualified investors on their individual calls. At this point, there's only one piece of information that you're missing to get started, and that is the purchase price. So here it is. These units are now open to qualified investors for $69,900. This is how you can own an investment property that will generate passive income and lay the foundation for generating wealth for under 6 figures. I want to take a quick pause to thank you for taking the time to complete this seminar. Today, you have been exposed to a new opportunity that I'm certain that you will take advantage of. So here's what I would like to do. Now that you have all the information and you feel you are ready to move forward, I want you to click on the link below, provide us with some of your information so we can schedule a live call with me personally to finalize any outstanding questions you might have and get you on the road to investing with us. Now, there might be some of you that might not be in a position to begin, and that's okay, but we want to help you get there. So please click on the link to join our mailing list, and we will send you information for the moment you are ready. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing all of you in a call.